Alright guys, time to be back again today, hopefully enjoying your Friday once again. Today we're going to talk about this FaZe Sibilants situation. A few days ago, probably last week sometime, we talked about this situation where, well, FaZe Sibilants was scrimming in the FaZe Academy squad against the Chicago Huntsmen on stream. He said a word which, let's just call it a homophobic slur, definitely shouldn't have said at the time because he was getting kind of frustrated with the toxicity that was going on in the chat. And then as a result of that, FaZe Clan decide to, well, remove him from the organisation. He gets dropped off the team. He joins Parasite's team very quickly indeed, before Parasite then comes out and says that he cannot play at the Toronto home series due to the situation that went down. This sounds like the CDL and the Challenger side stepping in to say, well, look, getting kicked from FaZe Clan and what an organisation that is, that's not enough punishment for this situation. We're going to instead ban you from playing the entire Toronto home series. And it kind of looked like to me at the time that if this is the case, are they not going to ban him from playing in Champs as well? However, that's not the case. He can play at Champs, but also very interestingly, just a couple of days ago, it looks like he's back on the FaZe Clan lineup, which kind of, or the FaZe Academy lineup, just to make it very clear. Very interesting, right? In the sense that it looked like FaZe Academy were making this move initially of removing him from the roster to kind of take a stand against this kind of action and look like they don't want to be associated with that kind of, wordage, I suppose. But now, as a few days later, they've just got him right back on the starting lineup after finishing second of the most recent home series to Parasite squad. Maybe looking like, okay, maybe we do need a change to actually win the World Championship. So let's just take whatever, like, moral high ground we were trying to profess by getting rid of him initially, and let's just throw that out the window. So, yeah, intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. This is what Parasite said a few days ago. This was the result then at the Toronto home series. So Sibilants, of course, nowhere to be found, not allowed to compete, I imagine, by the CDC, the Call of Duty Challenger side. And yes, Parasite's team, after making this change for Noisy, so it was quite interesting really how Atlanta FaZe Academy here, they had Sibilants on. Paul X leaves Parasite's team to join the FaZe Academy. Then Parasite picks up this new guy and they actually win the event, beating out Atlanta FaZe Academy. So now with Sibilants potentially back in the picture, where does Paul X go and why do Parasite's team potentially want to pick him up when they actually had a better result than they've had before playing without him at the most recent events? So this is what the Call of Duty League come out with yesterday. The last chance qualifier is this weekend, as we talked about earlier today. To see if your team needs to play, refer to this list for all the teams that have qualified for the regional finals. Now this is the key point. Please note, some teams have opted to participate in the LCQ with a different roster than is in the above document. So basically, if you decide to make a team change from the Toronto home series, you have to then go through the LCQ and finish in the top 8 of every team that isn't in the top 24. So you don't have to play particularly good teams, but you do have to go through the last chance qualifier to get to Champs if you do decide to make a roster change. And basically, if FaZe Clan decide to drop out, as they have done, it looks like, then the highest ranked reserve team will then get a spot to come through. And well, the same thing is announced here for the other regions. So this is what it looks like. Let's have a look at this second place team. This is the FaZe Academy lineup. Court Raging is Gravity, Tom Gravity, Venom, Journey, of course, FaZe Substitute. Then you've got Paul X, then you've got Ville, who I believe is Jimbo. So as we just looked at, it looks like the FaZe Academy squad have made a change. They've taken, they've taken Paul X out of the team and brought Sibilants back into the starting lineup. And this really comes out for a number of tweets. We get this from Sibilants a couple of days ago, tweeting this gif out. We also get this, which is kind of the telling one from Journey saying the boys are back in town. And well, then we get some replies to Spinner Spencer. He's one of the lead Activision like operations guys that deals a lot of the Challenger stuff. Teams who've qualified will be added to a competition by GB and be notified that you qualified. You have to keep your roster from the home series, as we just looked at. Paul was on the FaZe Academy for Toronto, Sib was not. So how is Sib back on FaZe Academy if you have to keep the same roster? Where does that leave Paul and everyone else? Then the kind of reply to this goes, if you change, you have to play through last chance qualifier and hope you earn a new slot. And as Parasite says, I'm curious too, since FaZe is currently second seed, but is now going through the last chance qualifier instead. So that actually, the spreadsheet that we just brought up isn't perfectly accurate. And then we get this discussion from Tristan Spoof. How does Sib get put back in? Since the CDL allowed Paul to be dropped, they have to let Paul replace someone on the team, which essentially screws someone over, or am I missing something? So yeah, that's actually kind of interesting discussion, right? The fact that Paul X is going to be removed off this starting lineup for the FaZe Academy, given that, well, Sibilants is coming back in. And that's, of course, the discussion, right? The fact that the CDL didn't let him play, I suppose, in the Toronto home series, given the situation. And now they are allowing him to play at Champs, which leaves Paul kind of in no man's land, right? Like, where does he go? You have to force a team to make a change to bring Paul in. And therefore, when they do make that change, they've then got to go through the last chance qualifier, right? Which they may not want to do. So certainly there's a number of elements to this. And if Paul is dropped off this team, as it looks like he is, someone's getting screwed over, right? So, it's an interesting decision. And maybe banning Sibilants from playing at that Toronto home series is now going to have a knock-on effect further in the league and kind of screw people over. So as Silly says, Paul left his team. They are definitely not going to do anything for that situation. Apparently apparently we were all fooled and rosters locked tonight instead of 4 days ago like everyone thought. So apparently the discussion was that 4 days ago, or at least like 6 days ago as of recording this video, the rosters were meant to be locked, and therefore there was a discussion as how can they even make these roster changes, but supposedly maybe there was some miscommunication going on, and well, it looks like it's all set in stone, because Paul X then says playing champs with Zaptius, Hamza Frosty, Tristan Spook, and Fame, time to get to work, hashtag WestR, and well, we get this from Chrono CD Intel. Looks like Sibilants is back on Atlanta FaZe Academy with Jimbo, Journey, Gravity, and Venom. Not sure exactly what this means for Paul X. We did just look at that a second ago. So very interesting to me. I mean, it seems like Paul X has kind of been screwed over by the CDL in some sense. The fact that they've not allowed Sibilants to play at the Toronto home series means that someone's going to get screwed for champs. But, you know, Paul X seems to have landed in some place, and okay, they'll have to go through the LCQ. Not really the end of the world, I suppose. But I think the more interesting thing is the fact that FaZe Academy removed Sibilants off the starting lineup a few days ago for this whole situation that went down on stream, and then all of a sudden you lose the second event, or you lose to Parasite's team at the Toronto home series, and you think, now we probably need Sibilants back. Let's kind of backtrack on what we've done. That's at least what it looks like. But FaZe Academy have never actually done any official statement or anything like this on the matter. And as EasyMax says in reply to this one, so yeah, I mean, there was some discussion here from Jake Lucky regarding the Fortnite situation, which of course we don't really cover on this channel. But as EasyMax says, a completely different org though. Our team is run by AEVs. This is Atlanta Esports Ventures, really in partnership with FaZe. I know Paul take these things very seriously indeed. So you know, it looks like, as EasyMax saying here, at the time, this Paul guy, whoever at like the top end of the AEV or whatever, has decided to get rid of FaZe Sibilants given the situation. However, a few days later, they seem to have backtracked on that. Interesting stuff. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time.
Nice. One more front door, not front door. One more, you man.
Challenging? Fuck
Nice.
that.
One's on
Hey,
you,
little
Alex.
free piece of dreams there, boys. Blue face.
He's on
One on you,
there.
Alex.
Dead, I go.
One more, Alex. Two more. One front. And that Sheen dead.
Come on, baby.
Yo, pipe. Hey, you know the
Oh, one more.
Damn.
I have no ammo.
I don't see pipes.
He went back to me. No one's fucking with me right now.
Oh my
I don't
god,
want to say it.
Flash one shot.
Fucking twisted.
Ramp.
I don't need
No,
no.
pinch.
He's weak pipes. No one's fucking with me.
Nice.
No one's fucking with me.
Alex, not messing about.
Alex literally.
They're not fucking with me.
Alex literally.
They're not touching me, bros.
In the game, it's not fair.
Yo, we win this round, we're winning the next round. I have to play. Let's go, baby. All right, yo, listen. This last round, I am flanking their side right away on this offense. I'm hitting it for the biscuit. Okay.
Go for it, bro. I smoked this.
I got him stunned on white car.
White car dead.
Good job. I'm playing aggressive, Joe. That'll help me.
Okay, with you guys.
You need me from not sure where.
Got two.
Let's go.
Yo, I'm watching. Top.
Three. Let's go. That's from their back right. Give me the ace, man! Iceman, baby! Come on! Clip it, stream. Clip it. Come on, bro.